The Magic Expand tool in Canva, what does it do? What are some use cases when you might want to make use of this tool? Let's take a look at all of that inside of this video. As a reminder, this video is part of a tutorial series on the latest AI tools in Canva. So if you want to check out some of those other videos and learn all about the different AI tools in Canva, just check the description below this video and you'll find links to all the different videos that are part of this series. As a second reminder, I do have a couple of free giveaways that are complements to this learning series. So I have my Canva AI tool guide, which is just a quick visual reference to really go over each tool, where to find it, how to use it, tips for using the tool. So just an easy reference you can have handy whenever you're working with these tools. And then the second free giveaway is my visual style guide, which is really going to help you start to learn the language you can use when prompting and creating AI images to really get a variety of great results. So it's going to give you over 100 keywords, descriptions to go along with those, and it's going to really help you start to build that sort of visual language and that library of terms you need to get great results. So I'm going to put a link in the first pinned comment below and also in the description below this video. Sign up for my email and you can get those free guides. In this video, we're talking about another Canva Magic Studio AI tool. We're talking about the Magic Expand tool. And with the Magic Expand tool, you can take an image like this and you can get it to expand to fill the whole screen. So we can fill in this white area where we do not have any information, which might be nice if we wanted to use a design like this and have room over here on this side for copy. So just for clarification, I'm not talking about something like this where you resize. You can obviously resize an image using those corner handles. You can crop an image using those side handles. But what I'm talking about is actually filling in extra information where there currently is not information in this photo. So if I come here and extend this all the way, I'm going to go under the edit menu and I will choose under Magic Studio. You're going to have to use this right arrow to get to it, but there you'll see this Magic Expand icon. So I'm going to go ahead and click that to enter into this Magic Expand dialog. Now, as I mentioned before, there are a whole bunch of presets in here. So you can do something like 9:16 if you wanted to expand this to a 9:16 ratio if you were creating something for a smartphone, maybe an Instagram story. But what I tend to do is I tend to use this whole page option. This is just going to expand it to the entire page of your design. And I usually start my designs in whatever dimensions I'm looking to have for my final image. So I tend to use this whole page option. Again, you can use any of these options you want, but I'm going to use the whole page option, and that's what we're going to use running through this example. So choose the option you want. You'll see this blue outline sort of expand to the area it's going to attempt to fill pixels. So it's going to attempt to fill this area on the left where currently we do not have information. So I'll go ahead and click Magic Expand. And now, like all of these AI tools, it's using that AI technology to attempt to fill in information that isn't there, and it's attempting to match that to the current scene. Okay, like all these tools, it will give you multiple results back. It's given us 4 different results, so we can click through and we can see these different results. Now, a lot of these have done a reasonable job. I can see sometimes a little seam, and that's the biggest thing I'll say about this tool. Try to expand in just one direction, because sometimes you will get this seam. And so if you're expanding in 4 different directions, that's going to be potentially 4 seams where you have more areas you might have to go back and fix. So I try to limit to one direction and then go through your different results and see the one where it's less pronounced. This one here isn't too bad. I don't think you're going to notice this in most instances. And you could always use the Magic Eraser, the Magic Grab tool, things we've used in the past to try to improve these pixels right here even farther so you get an even better blend. But a lot of times for simple photos where you don't have a lot of detail in the area where you're expanding, this is going to be good enough. So once you like what you have, you can go ahead and click the done icon, and then boom, you have expanded this image. So now it reaches all the way to the edge of our design. And so now if I wanted to add in some copy, just like that, boom, very easy. So a useful tool, and I use it most often for this sort of application where I'm trying to get some extra space on one side of the photo where I can add some copy or something like that. Now let's just look at another example here. Here's another one. Let's run it again. Again, I could expand in this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction, but because of that issue where it's not always perfect at the seams, I'm going to try to limit to expanding in just one direction. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it to the bottom corner, expand it out as much as I can. But now I don't want to scale it up too much and go like that. So I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm going to go ahead and try this Magic Expand tool again. So again, we're going to come in here, choose this magic expand, again choose whole page and begin the magic expand and see what type of results I get. Okay, so we can see the results coming back now, and again, works reasonably okay here, but look at how soft the focus is here compared to over here. Now that's the biggest issue I would say I have with this tool, is that sometimes you do get this soft focus. So again, if I come over here, again, you can see the seam a little bit, and the focus on this right side is just a little softer than it is in the original photo here. But let's choose one of these anyways, because as I mentioned, you can still come in here and you can still use those other tools in Canva to try to improve your results. So I'm going to go ahead and click done, but then what we're going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to try to improve this even farther. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this magic grab tool, which we've talked about in a prior video, and I'm going to come in here. I'll take the brush version of this, and I'm actually going to brush over everything here on this right side where I don't think it did a very good job because of this soft focus. So I'm going to drag over all of this and I'm going to click grab. And so we're going to give it a moment to work and see what it does. Now remember, this magic grab is it attempts to extract what you selected here and put it up on a new layer. But again, it's using that smart AI technology to replace those pixels and fill in the area where you're taking and grabbing these onto a new layer. Now, as I mentioned before, with the magic eraser, sometimes I think the magic grab just does a better job with detail. So if I pull this away now, look at this. Let me delete what I pulled away. Now suddenly I think it's done a much better job in terms of the matching the noise and the detail level on this right side of the photo. So again, magic expand tool, I think it's really cool, but sometimes I find that that magic grab tool just gives better results. So this is just all about experimenting, knowing the different tools you have to choose from, knowing you can try these different options, and then seeing what gives you the best result. Because this result here, in my opinion, much better than the magic expand tool was doing by itself. Now, when you have photos like this, where you have something more complex like buildings like this, then sometimes the magic expand is going to have a tough time really realistically matching the scene. Now, of course, if somebody knows this city as well, you're obviously not going to get a true to life factual representation of the area you're expanding. So these are all things to keep in mind. But I will go ahead, click under the edit menu, come in here. Let's try this magic expand one more time. Again, I'll just do whole page for this example again, and let's see how it does expanding this city skyline. So again, it actually did a decent job, but look at how the sky is a different color. If we really zoom in on these buildings here, I think we're going to see some issues. So just to keep in mind, the more detailed that image that you're trying to expand, the harder it is going to be to match things perfectly and get a realistic result. So pay attention to that level of detail, especially on the edge where you're doing that expansion. Don't expect it to work if you're using human faces, forms like that. It's not really going to give you a realistic result, but for other things, it certainly can give you results that are sometimes really good and a lot of times at least passable. Now remember that you can run the tool and then still use things like that magic grab tool that we talked about just to get better details and better results, have it all match better. So remember, you can always use these different tools you have in Canva together to get better results. Okay, so this is Magic Expand in Canva. Give it a try and see how you like it.